You ever do someone a huge favor and then they start acting like they own you? Because that's exactly where this story ends. Last summer, I bought my grandparents' house. This place isn't just a house, it's the childhood hangout spot. Big piece of land. There's a lake. There's a gazebo. It's the kind of property that people immediately picture weddings at the second they see it. One of the people who grew up around that house is my friend Dave. We've known each other forever. Originally, I was supposed to buy the house with my now ex-girlfriend, Leslie. We were together 4 years. I'm going through the loan process, getting approved, doing the adult stuff, and I find out something that changes everything. Leslie had massive credit card and personal debt, the kind of debt that doesn't happen by accident, and she hid it from me our entire relationship. Not, I forgot to mention it, debt. Hidden for years. I broke up with her over it. That was about 6 months ago. And the connection here is, I met Leslie through Dave, because Dave's long-term girlfriend, Kim, is Leslie's cousin. So yeah, my breakup basically nuked a small family ecosystem. Now Dave and Kim are engaged. Wedding is set for April. When I bought the house, they asked if they could get married at the gazebo. On my land. At my property. I said yes. Because at the time, I still thought these were my people, my friends. Fast forward to December. I start dating again. And Leslie does not take it well. She's convinced we're getting back together. She keeps trying to make that happen. I've told her very clearly, in no uncertain terms, that it is not happening. And instead of Dave and Kim acting like normal adults who understand breakups, they come to me with a request. They tell me they want me to not bring a +1 to their wedding. For Leslie's sake. Let that sink in. They want me to host their wedding at my house and attend it alone because my ex might get upset. I told them that request is ridiculous. This wedding is happening on my property. I'm doing you a massive favor, and now you're telling me I'm not allowed to bring a date because of a crazy ex. No. If that's the rule, then you need to find a new venue. They got pissed because the wedding is soon and finding a new venue on short notice is hard. So we hit an impasse. And at first, I honestly wondered if I was being stubborn. Like, should I just suck it up to keep the peace? Then today happened. I met with Dave this morning. We talked for almost 2 hours. And I laid it out. I think he's been, at best, a shitty friend for a long time. Not just because of this wedding situation. I went through a bunch of old stuff, years of little moments that made me question if this friendship was actually reciprocal, or if I've just been convenient. Then we got to the breakup and the last 6 months. Because here's the part that really matters. Even with Leslie acting crazy, I've tried to accommodate her feelings constantly. She has shown up to my house in the middle of the night. I didn't get a restraining order. When I go out, I avoid places her and her family like to go, just to not cause drama. She has implied to mutual friends and her family that I cheated and that I financially took advantage of her. Neither is true. And I've held my tongue because I didn't want to humiliate her publicly. Dave knows all of this, and yet he's still demanding that I put Leslie's feelings before my own. Again. So I told him what I've been thinking for months. You and everyone need to stop coddling her like she is a fucking child. Dave admitted Leslie has been crazy since the breakup. But then he hits me with the real agenda. He says she feels she didn't get closure. She wants an evening where she can talk to you at the wedding to get that closure. Then he adds that she's been working on herself and paid down almost $10,000 of her debt, and she wants to tell me about her progress to see if it changes my mind. It won't. So I asked him a simple question. So do you expect me to go to the wedding and talk to her? Because I have her blocked everywhere, date or not, I don't plan on saying a single mumbling word to her. Dave looked me dead in the face and said, I fully expect she would lose it if y'all don't talk at the wedding. And that's when it clicked for me. They weren't asking me not to bring a date just to keep things peaceful. They were trying to engineer a hostage situation. They wanted my ex at my house, in a romantic setting, at a wedding, with social pressure, surrounded by family and mutual friends, so she could force a conversation and call it closure. And they wanted me to comply, because if I didn't, she might lose it. So I told Dave, if she is that unstable, then she cannot be on my property. Because I'm not having someone who shows up in the middle of the night and lies about me to people on my land at an event where I'm being told I have to speak to her or she'll explode. For the good of my property alone, I can't allow that. I told him, I'm still willing to let you have the wedding here, but Leslie can't come. Not to the ceremony, not to the reception, not even onto the land. That's the boundary. Dave lost it. He exploded and said, fuck you and your shit. I don't need it. So I said, fine, then the wedding is off. And he left. So that's where things are now. A childhood friend wanted to use my family home as a wedding venue, but also wanted to dictate my personal life, protect my ex from consequences, and set me up to be coerced into a conversation I don't want. And when I drew a boundary, he chose her. So tell me, if your friend expected you to host their wedding on your property, but also demanded you cater to your unstable ex's feelings and tried to force you into giving her closure, would you cancel the whole thing too, or would you swallow it to keep the peace?